I have been eagerly awaiting Detective Pikachu to come over stateside ever since, the announcement back in 2016. And that's not counting all the leaks that came out a couple years before that. But in between all that time, I wasn't sure exactly what Detective Pikachu was. I had no idea what to expect, and after playing its 12-ish hour story, while it wasn't exactly what I think I wanted, it was a pleasant experience nonetheless. I want to start off by talking about the puzzles in Detective Pikachu. They're barely puzzles. Once you start investigating a case, you go around talking to NPCs who will then give you information. To solve the case, you drag and drop the relevant blocks of information onto the case file using the 3DS's touchscreen, and that's pretty much it. Plus, there's a few quick-time event scenes that happen after you solve a case. There aren't these big hidden clues you have to try and piece together. The game hands you everything you need, and as long as you're paying even just a little bit of attention, you won't have any trouble whatsoever. The game even asks you up front if you want to start on easy mode. Seeing as this game might have a large percentage of young players, that makes sense, but the average player won't need it. Hell, I bet even most kids won't need it. That said, the puzzles aren't what compelled me to keep playing Detective Pikachu. It was the story of all things that made me want to keep going, and that was definitely not what I was expecting. You play as Tim Goodman, son of ace detective Harry Goodman. You make your way to Rhyme City where you meet up with Harry's partner Pokemon, the titular Detective Pikachu.
Pika! Pika, Pika, Pika! Pika, Pika!
You team up to solve the case of your father's accident and subsequent disappearance, only to get caught up in a larger mystery involving some Pokemon-related incidents your father was investigating beforehand. The mystery itself isn't very complex, and I had it figured out fairly quickly, but that didn't detract from my enjoyment of seeing it all unravel firsthand. A lot of that has to do with how charming the Pokemon world can be once taken out of the core RPG series. Pikachu himself is just a well of personality. His gruff talking, coffee drinking, lady loving charm had me chuckling throughout the majority of the game.
Pika! Pika, Pika, Pika! See that? She really likes me.
Besides the main cutscenes, the game also throws small vignettes at you in which Pikachu interacts with his surroundings, talks to himself, and gives you detective tips. These are simply a delight.
Just in case we need that.
The other Pokemon you meet along the way, while fairly one note, still have their own little quirks. My favorite was this weird-ass Magnemite who made me laugh out loud when I heard his Pokemon cry randomly in a scene. Maybe my biggest gripe with the story is the ending. While the game did leave some wiggle room for me to come up with a few different theories on what was actually going on, the outcome itself was, of course, the theory I was hedging all my bets on. In the final scenes, right as things are wrapping up, the game just ignores one of its more interesting plot points, a plot point that I had my own cool theories about. While doing so, it simultaneously sets up for a sequel. I would have just much preferred a small, compact, complete story for a game like this. But of course, with a movie already in the works, it's no surprise that they're trying to turn Detective Pikachu into a franchise. If you're looking for an interesting puzzle game to get your deductive reasoning skills a good workout, Detective Pikachu isn't the game for you. But if you're looking for a fun, short little story with a lot of charm and personality, go ahead and give it a shot.
Doesn't this music move you at all? You must have a heart made of stone.
Yeah. You've shown the world that you're very sensitive.